Hey guys, what's up? Angel Makai with Longer Krav Maga, and I got a special guest here today, Mr. Blake Gillen. He's one of our fine technical guys that break down techniques for you guys today, okay? So I'm gonna let Mr. Gillen take it over real quick. He's gonna show you guys on this new technique that we're gonna break down today.
Thank you, Mr. Mankata. Hey guys, I know I don't get to see you guys much in class, but today what we're gonna do, we've of course got a killer workout at the end we're gonna burn you guys out with, get your cardio in, get your muscle toning in. But today, we do want you to work on some drills on working on our elbow strikes. And today what we're gonna be doing is breaking down the 3 core elbows we're gonna be working in on there, okay? And these are all gonna be the forward position. Yes, we do have the reverse and the rear elbows, but today we're gonna be focusing on the elbows that are striking forward. Now, most of you guys have been through the standard forward elbow. In fact, I'm almost positive they've been through that plenty of times in class,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
But just a quick run through on there, when we're lining up on that elbow, as I'm striking, remember the core of this is coming from our body, right, from our abs. So as I'm rotating, I'm facing squared up, my rear elbow is gonna be the one we're working on. All I'm doing is taking that elbow, or that hand, tucking it in my shoulder, and as I strike, I'm coming in a straight line straight across. Now, what I'm wanting to try to strike with is just that ending part of the elbow. Here's the deal, I can hit with any part of my elbow. The reason why we hit with the ending part, of course, number one, you've got all the bone on there, which is better for like cutting and creating those slashes as you're hitting through on the target. But also, the farther out I can get that strike, the more momentum I'm getting on the end. It's kind of like at a baseball bat. If I'm swinging a bat, where am I going to feel the most force at? At the edge right close to my hand, or at the tip? I'm feeling it at the tip because it's got a longer plane of travel that I'm moving across. So as I create that longer plane, this is where you're getting the most force at the end of that elbow. So when we're striking, I'm lining up here, I'm twisting, striking in. Of course, I know Mr. Mercado's already covered this. We don't want to get that bad habit of leaning in. This is not getting it. The power is coming from my hip, and the torque of that pivot as I'm pivoting my body in, my hip is using like a fulcrum, pushing into that target, and that's what's driving into that elbow. So not leaning in, pretty standard, straight through. Now most of you guys have been through this one, but now we're gonna give you a couple other ones to kind of work on. The next one is exactly the same as a forward elbow. The difference though is the angle that I'm coming in. This is more of an over the head above angle, okay? So as I'm chambering, it works the same as the forward. But instead of coming straight ahead, I'm angling that elbow up, and as I'm driving down, I'm still corking and twisting my hip, but as I do, I'm allowing my shoulder and my weight to drive down into that target here. Practical example right here is if I'm squaring up and I'm striking, if I've got somebody who's got his guard covered and I'm here, I'm not gonna be getting anything from there, but I can cut over that top and drive down on the target here and still get that downward motion. And again, very powerful because I've got my weight following behind it. And again, I'm still striking with the end on there. So that one's pretty easy to go through. It's just changing the angle from here straight ahead, angling the elbow up and striking down on this one right here. And again, it's not the shoulder. I'm only extending that arm towards level with my body. The hip and the core and pivoting that foot, that is actually what's driving the weight into that elbow. The last one is going to be the most technical of these. And this one's what we call the uppercut elbow, or the upper elbow. Now again, when you see an uppercut thrown or an upper elbow, a lot of people think, yes, I'm coming from underneath, and yes, I'm swinging my arm and my shoulder. But just like any strike, I want to be able to engage my body and my core. Now the difference with this is I don't have gravity working with me, right? On the upper elbow, I've got gravity working toward, I'm coming down into that target. It's easy to drop my weight in. Forward, everything's on that nice plane of motion. But from here, it's very difficult to generate that power. And here's the deal, we're in a close fight. If I'm clenched into my partner, right? I'll draw that elbow just a little bit so you can see. If I'm clenching and coming up, even if I'm just showing my elbow, it's still gonna be a good hit because I can swing and hit with the edge of that elbow. Close range, still a powerful hit. But if I wanna get the most out of it, what we're working is actually a bit of footwork here. We're using the legs, right? Now, it's not a wide motion. It's not a big, I don't have to come down low, right? All I'm wanting to get is a small bend on those knees. Because as I bend those knees, what it's allowing me to do is like a sprinter. If I were sprinting, that knee bent wide so I can launch and take off into that sprint. Well, think about that. I'm launching and taking off towards that target. And I'm trying to push my body weight and engage those legs into that strike. So how I'm doing that from here, going to put your hands up right now, is if I'm striking, instead of just using the elbow, and again, I'm still twisting the hip. Now, I'm going to sink those knees down just a bit, and I'm thinking about lunging and pushing off that back leg. This is driving that weight and that hip into that elbow. And I don't really need to overturn. I can even do it squared up right here. Even if I'm just lifting straight up into that target, it's a great strike to hit. Again, I'm going for the chin, the nose, whatever I'm striking in. These are our great, close, straightforward strikes. So again, the 3 elbows we're working, we've got the forward elbow coming straight across, right? If he's got that cover up, coming over the top, striking down, cutting that elbow. And the third is more of a close-in clinch where I'm dropping that weight, very subtle, and extending up into that elbow. So I'm gonna have you guys work those in a rep set. The one you'll probably need to spend the most time on is probably gonna be that uppercut elbow. So the straight elbow, pretty standard. Those you can get about 50, man, get that solid weight behind on there. The upper elbow, same thing, coming up that angle and drilling that weight down. The uppercut elbow coming in, again, slight bend on those knees, little bit of circular motion, twisting those hips into it. Great thing to do, get in front of a mirror and you can actually watch and see if I'm engaging that hip coming through. And then from there, I'm lunging in and coming up into that elbow, striking straight up. If I'm hitting a bag, I may only be able to hit forward, which is fine. I will just continue that motion up, straight onto that target right there. So there's 3 striking drills I want you guys to work on. Y'all are adults, y'all are Krav, y'all know how to put the time in there, y'all get a good workout in, but I'd recommend get you at least 40, 50 reps on each side. Once you've broken it down and feel good, I want you to just drill that elbow 40, 50 times on some power. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Mankata here now. He's going to finish you guys out. I'm going to wheel this over for him.
Yeah, we got a daily
great
fitness
cardio
challenge.
burn. Then we're going to finish up for you guys today. Take them through there, Mr. Mankata. Finish them up.
So as you know, workout's not a complete workout if we don't have any fitness challenges, okay? So for some of you guys, it may be push-ups, it could be squats, it could be, sit-ups, just on certain numbers. Here's the deal. We're not going to worry about certain numbers. We're just going to worry about sets, okay? And it's all timed. So here's the cool thing, okay? Our daily fitness challenge is going to be working with a Tabata. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Tabata is, think of it simply. You're going to work out 20 seconds of high intensity just as fast as you can go, okay? And then you can also get a not 20-second break, a 10-second break, okay? So you're 20 seconds working out, 10 seconds break time, okay? And you're going to do, so that and that makes 1. You gotta do 8 of those, okay? That's the butt kicker. So here's the thing though. You're gonna do 8 sets of burpees. Everyone loves burpees. After that, take a little break. Then you're gonna move on to crunches.
And real quick, Mr. Mankata, how long of a break should they do between each one of these Tabata workouts, you think?
I gave it a good minute, 2 minutes.
That's
Allows the blood to get back in your
Minutes about what we want to try to shoot for on there. 2 minutes if you really need that. We definitely want to take care of cardio, but if you can, try to burn these through only doing a minute break. I mean, there's no break between your sets after that 10-second break. I mean, you're back on.
Exactly.
But when you've done 8, try to only do it for 1 minute break and then see if you can get back in on that workout. Push them a little harder on there. So, yep, so we're on the crunches on there.
Right, so after you do the crunches, and for some of you guys, if y'all can do the full setup, do the full setup then. But anywho, we'll keep going on further. So you got the single leg knee, and this one's, we haven't really done a lot, but imagine like how we're doing our Krav finish where we grab somebody and we're doing our knee strikes. So this particular one, you're actually doing 4 with the left and 4 with the right.
And I'll help you demo a little bit on here. So when we're going through those knees, again, setting up in that lunging stance, I'm imagining I'm grabbing my target. When you say go for that first 20 seconds, you're going to fire. And again, arching that body behind, really throwing that weight behind that knee. And these are going to be aggressive, fast, hit, set it back, hit, set it back, hit, using that oblique. Every time you finish a 20-second set, just switch feet. So you'll end up doing 40 side on there. And these are going to be actually for the rest, these next 3 are all going to be the same way. You're going to do one side and alternate. Let's go to the next one. What's the V-up sit-up?
V-up sit-ups. These are actually pretty unique. Mr. Gunn showed me this earlier too. So, and does it get your oblique?
Yes, that's what you're working is your oblique on there.
So, what you gotta do is act like you're watching TV, okay? But all you gotta do from here is lay more on your side, and what you wanna do, kind of find that dimple. Now, one of the worst habits I started doing, and he caught me, was me using my elbow. Don't do that. Okay, use your muscles, and what you wanna do is bring your body up. See, there I go, using that elbow. Come up and down. Up and down. Ooh, it's gonna get that floating rib right there.
And also just a quick pointer for you guys, if you find yourself starting to kind of roll more on your back and becoming more of a standard sit-up, reset back over. You're trying to get, think of it like having it at 45. If this is 90, I'm straight up, and then my back is here, I'm kind of in the middle of about right that range, and that's gonna engage that oblique right on that side right there. So sitting up and working right there. So, and again, every time you do your 20-second set, roll the other side. 10-second break, and then roll the other side. Next one?
Next one's tricep punches. I gotta get back down here.
There you go.
So, again, like I said, like you're wanting to watch TV, but from here, think about this posting go. Reach over, grab your arm. This hand's gonna go underneath your arm right here, and all you wanna do is just specifically use your tricep. You wanna isolate that muscle where you just press up and press down, okay? Now, there is modifications to that, but again, the easiest way to modify that, use your actual back to kind of help you up to assist, but try not to do that though. You want to isolate just that tricep right here that makes your arm do this.
If you start getting into muscle failure, you can also engage that oblique a little bit on there and use that to help as you're leaning up. But again, like you were saying, start using the tricep first. Try to get as many as only doing the tricep. If you get to where you can't raise that tricep anymore, then start using that oblique to kind of help you get that little boost to build up on there. Then the last one, what is this one right here, Mr. Moncada?
Mountain climbers. Gotta keep that heart rate up.
That's it.
Good. So mountain climbers are simple. Just go to a regular push-up position from here. And here's the easiest way. Just go ahead and load one knee up. And then all you gotta do is switch. Switch. Switch, 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 switch. Now the advanced way is don't let this foot hit the ground.
That's it right there.
And again, you're doing that for 20 seconds and then you'll get a 10-second break.
So remember guys, each one of these sets, you're gonna do burpees. You're gonna do 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. After you've done that, take you a minute break. Then go to the next exercise. You're gonna do 8 rounds of crunches, 20 on, 10 off. And we're gonna burn those all the way through the end. That'll be, you can either do that before you start your elbows or after. I recommend do the elbow first. Get that where you're kind of focused. Exactly. Work your drill work, work your training. That way you're not overly exhausted when you're trying to work these motions. Really be able to focus on that technical drill on that elbow. Then burn yourself off of that. The goal set will be when I finish it, I'm done. I get me my water, get to cool off. Drink plenty of water, flush that lactic acid on there. Very important to hydrate on there on that group. Any other closing remarks you need to make on there?
Keep your hands up.
That's it. Keep your hands up, guys. We'll see you guys on next one. Hopefully I'll be in a few more Krav videos. Keep you guys posted. Work them out hard.